On this episode of the podcast, we're going to dive deep into marketing and what separates an agent in this day and age with the marketing tips and tricks that can make a difference in selling your home. Stay tuned to this episode. Welcome to the Steven Rotsart podcast. I'm your host, Steven Rotsart, and I'm here to provide you value. From my years of real estate experience, I'm here to provide you tips and tricks in the real estate industry and to have guests on that have impacted my life and that I think that you might be able to benefit from too. Stay tuned. Hey, welcome back to this episode. I'm your host, Steven Rotsart, and I'm really stoked today. We have Anthony Zamora with us, who is going to break down the tips, tricks, and all the hacks that have come up. And we're kind of blessed because Anthony is a regional marketing specialist for Coldwell Banker Realty. And I'm just blessed that he is actually part of my office in La Mesa, California. And he has shed so much light on things that not only I've incorporated, and things that I can do in the future to help maximize not only my exposure as an agent, but especially to benefit my clients in this marketplace. Anthony, man, welcome to the show.
Hey, thank you for having me on. Man, what an intro. I don't know if I have every single trick, but we're going to talk about some really great things today. And I'm really excited to be here on your cool podcast. I watch it a lot. I'm a big fan, and I can't wait to get into it.
Thanks, man. I appreciate you being here. So probably one of the biggest things I want to step into is that you are a marketing specialist and your background in education is fully in marketing. And kind of encapsulate the journey of where real estate marketing probably has started and where we're at today and what separates, let's say, the average agent to the agent that's going to take it to the next level.
That's an awesome question. So yeah, I started in my marketing career maybe about 10 years ago. I was working for the grocery company where I started marketing there, and then I started marketing with Starbucks, and then I made it over to Coldwell Banker. And when I came on to Coldwell Banker, that we were just doing the old traditional, mailers, maybe some social media. And then, door knocking and just kind of the old traditional way of doing it. And this was only about 5 years ago.
Wow.
So I came on and I realized hey, why isn't there anyone doing any video? And so my claim to fame starting off was we started creating video in my Carmel Valley office. And from that point, we were getting some traction, and then the pandemic happened, and we had to shut down our office, and then we had to shut down the entire operation. So we're here again, starting up video, and video is so important to marketing because it gives the end user or your client the ability to connect with you in a different way, whereas before we were just sending them a postcard or maybe a magazine or even just an email campaign, which was not necessarily the best way to engage, but at that time, it probably was the best way to engage, but now there's better ways to do that.
That's so true. And I think, it's super critical too that I think I've been part and blessed in my lifetime of over 25 years in real estate to be part of only 3 brokerages. And I sit here today and tell you that hands down, the technology that my brokerage is putting behind its agents is second to none. Biggest thing is right here, a studio right here in our metro office for agents to use to be able to go ahead and not only market themselves, but market clients' properties, any statistics to the community to be of top of mind. But I think, COVID taught us a lesson. We had to become virtual to a certain degree. We had to be able to provide video tours of properties. Clients weren't allowed in properties at times. And now to be able to break that mold and provide video and constant value to not only a client, but a prospective client in the future, I think has really changed the dynamics. And Anthony, kind of tell me, I'm sure you compare and contrast brokerages across the board, but really Coldwell Banker Realty has taken it to another level to make sure their agents succeed.
Yeah, so we have really great programs and applications that we use here at Coldwell Banker. Number one is, in my opinion, that sets us apart from any other brokerage. It has to be Listing Concierge. Listing Concierge is an all-in-one package that allows the agent to market their seller's listing at an incredible level. We go all the way from social media campaigns to YouTube ads, all the way down to that traditional marketing that we were talking about. There are still people out there that love to check their mail, that look for those postcards, but then we're also marketing to those people that are searching for their homes online. Most people at this point are looking 100%, or not 100%, but most of it's going to be online, where they're trying to find their next home, and that's where we are heading towards, especially with targeted advertising to those particular buyers.
That's amazing because I use Listing Concierge for every single one of my clients. It has really separated, and the data shows we are getting consistently anywhere from 3 to 12% more as far as purchase price for our clients every time Listing Concierge is used. And that makes such a difference for our sellers in our marketplace. Let's take it up even a further notch though. Not everything is tied to Listing Concierge with what an agent does. I made a commitment to myself to go ahead and get on video consistently. I've done it consistently for over 18 months. And I've made the change to go ahead and provide value. I know that you have been so critical in my journey of where I've experienced this growth in video and what it's doing. And explain to us why providing that value via video in advance to allow people to understand you and build a relationship with you prior to ever even meeting. Why is that so critical this day and age?
Well, I think getting out there digitally and on video, it builds instant trust with people. Like when you're searching for, a sushi restaurant, for an example, and we're looking online and we see like through Google search that there's a 5-star restaurant, and on top of that, they've even went as far as to create a video that shows their business. So that's no different from real estate agents. Real estate agents are doing the same exact thing, but instead of having a brick and mortar place, they're representing themselves. So as much as social media presence and online presence that we can have, I think that's really great, but connecting with your sphere and on top of the general public through video, they really get to know you. Just think about how many times you search YouTube for a tutorial video, and once you find the perfect person to follow, guess what? You're always watching the next tutorial video because you know it. You start at the beginning and then you've got to work your way up. So again, I'm bringing this process and this thought process into every single one of my meetings with my agents and challenging them. How are we going to change your business? What are we going to do differently this year in order to impact your business in a positive way? Let's start making some video and connecting with people, not only inside of your sphere of influence, but even in the general public. And that's just nurturing and creating a community around you through educational videos or anything else that you think is going to be popular amongst your sphere of influence and your community. And I just think that that's so important to build that kind of trust and online presence. And then from that point, people start to hear about you word of mouth, and you just start to spread like wildfire. So those are the reasons why I think the video and just digital marketing in general is going to be really important in this day and age in terms of marketing yourself out there as a real estate agent.
Man, I think you absolutely hit the nail right on the head right there, because you have shared so much marketing techniques with me, tips, tricks, where to separate yourself from the rest of the pack of this is what a normal agent can do. This is what a specialist, and I really consider myself a real estate specialist at this point. Can you share from your perspective? I'm gonna put you on the spot. I don't mean to dig into you or anything like that, but I really want to put you on the spot a little bit because I would love for you to share. We didn't know each other until you got brought on for our office, in which we have absolutely benefited from. But I want you to share kind of our journey together of where probably you saw this guy who was trying some video things and maybe it's going to work, maybe it's not going to work, and where we're at today and maybe where that separates myself from the average agent in the marketplace.
Man, that's an awesome question. I admire everything that you do because you're not afraid to do it. And that's one of the big things that a lot of agents have trouble with is getting in front of the camera and starting to talk about anything, whatever it is. You guys are the experts, and that's what I try to keep reminding everyone that I'm working with. But for you, when I first met you, I'm going to be honest with you, I didn't quite know because you were, you're you, right? But once we started to chat and once we found out that we were both nerds in terms of video and all that stuff, I'm going to go ahead and switch over to the camera angle. But once I found out you're a big nerd just like me when it comes to tech and all these different things, I started to follow your social media and I started to look at every single thing that you're doing. And what sets you apart, in my opinion, is that you're actually getting in front of the camera. You're actually coming up with content that is valuable to educate those out there that might not necessarily know, hey, what are the 5 steps to, buying a house, or what type of money should I be saving, or what are these different loans that I need to know about, or, just choosing the right agent, right? what you're doing, in my opinion, is the epitome of what I would tell my, anybody. Is like, you're creating this community around you. You're educating that community. You're nurturing that community, and you're still providing all these great things for them. And I just think that is a key thing. And you're consistent.
And I think that's the biggest thing. I think, you nailed it with community. The sense of community that I've had in producing video has been amazing. It's been a rewarding journey on top of that. And I continue to go down this journey through video and sharing things. And you want to be top of mind. But the biggest thing is building relationships with people in my community. My community in La Mesa, California is one part of my community, but my community in the real estate space, the community in real estate all over the United States and around the world, it has been amazing to start a video journey documenting, providing value to people on a consistent basis, and networking and connecting with people that have questions, DMs, you name it, to be able to help them through something. It's just been so rewarding. And I truly believe in living a life of service. I didn't know some of my service was going to be behind a camera. So for that part of it, I'm forever thankful. But I really want to thank you personally, because you really kept pushing me that, hey, Steve, what you're doing, just keep going. Keep doing what you're doing. And the journey gets easier and you get more comfortable, because in documenting what we do every day as real estate agents, it's not glamorous. There's not a lot of glamour behind what we do, because when you hire a real estate specialist, there is so much work that goes in. It would be like an attorney getting ready for trial, or a surgeon, prepping and getting ready for that surgery. A real estate agent is very similar, that is a specialist in the industry, where they're really putting everything together for one particular client, and they do it for hundreds of people every single year. And I think that's what's been so fun about this journey, is that you're providing some of that video content out to the masses so they can really understand from your perspective how deep and intricate the journey can be for a home buyer, for a home seller, maybe mortgage things that come on the market, different programs, things of that nature. So it's not all glitz and glamour, even though that's what you see on TV, from Selling Sunset to HGTV. But reality is that we help people in our own marketplace. We help people create generational wealth through real estate, and video has provided that avenue to connect with those people and build relationships and trust that I never would have had before.
Yeah, and I'm just really happy to be here on that journey with you.
Thanks, man. So where do you think we're headed in 2023 from a video perspective? Obviously, you're on our podcast right now. Where do you see video headed? We see some algorithms changing. We see YouTube podcasts coming out. We see YouTube being one of the highest searched functions. I look at my children. I see where they go for entertainment. From a marketing perspective and a specialist perspective in your field, where are we headed?
You nailed it, right? So I think YouTube is going to be the home for it all. Like I said earlier, where is that one place you go? Right behind Google as the number one search engine, YouTube's number 2. So I think most content, even vertical video, is all really coming aligned right under YouTube's umbrella. So in terms of where video is heading, it's only going to get better from there. As resolutions start to go higher, we can go in and create higher quality, engaging videos. But I think AI is going to really play a big role in the next evolution of what video can be. Maybe it's going to be interactive. Maybe we can engage. Maybe there's going to be a virtual you that can just go and help people through their videos. Who knows what that's going to be? But I think that's kind of where we're going to be heading, where I can watch a video and just start to engage in it, maybe one of those choose your own adventure books.
Right.
But instead, you can go through and engage with the video itself, and then that will take you to another part of the video, which they do sort of have on YouTube already, but you have to stop the video, then it loads into another thing. I'm talking about it being seamless.
Seamless. So it's a seamless journey through it. And I think, you bring up a good point. AI is upon us. We already have ChatGPT 3 out, actually 4.0.
4 just came out,
Yep. And then, and it really kind of hit the real estate industry with the ground rolling. I mean, there's a lot of agents that are using it. I use it personally, but the evolution of that and what it's going to look like from a video perspective are really unknown.
Yeah, I can't imagine right now, but I'm hoping that does what I just said, maybe does take shape in some way, shape, or form. But yeah, AI is such a powerful tool. It gets us from A to B so quickly. And then now we're just using AI to get us to the next part of what we need to do. So if you specialize in something like real estate and you're using that AI technology to help you write certain things or get yourself some stats or, just create your video script, if you will, all that time that you would have spent doing all three of those things I just mentioned are now made for you in seconds. So now you can spend more time becoming more advanced and making yourself better. And I just think that's what AI is going to bring to us. It already is, actually, yeah.
It's so true. I mean, I use it regularly. It cuts down so much time from research to different things that I do from a marketing perspective. Now, I want to be super blunt, and I'm setting myself up here. But what do you have recommended for me on my own podcast of maybe the next evolution of Steve Rotsart as we get into this AI-driven thing? You know I'm a geek.
Yeah.
You know that I am super in the trenches with analytics and data and things of that nature. What's your recommendation to me of where my business is to grasp into that marketing phase to make sure that I can best represent my clients?
I think that if we can get all of your insights and analytics from every video that you create with all the variety of subjects that you talk about, and we can take what most people are viewing regularly, engaging, posting comments, liking, we take that in and then we use AI to then generate the next video series that would then bring you to speed to what your current community wants from you. And I think if we can bring it into that aspect, look at those numbers and then have AI generate our scripts for us,
right?
And then we just show up here and start recording videos, that too, and then also bringing in your those guests that would relate to those topics,
right,
that we have, right? So we can bring the specialists in that area for whatever video that we're using. Then we can use all that to then, create hooks for your vertical video.
That's right. That's right.
Reel people in to watch the whole video. So there's just so much that we can do.
Guilty as charged. I have a lot of vertical videos. That's one thing.
Yeah.
And that's really where this journey started. I really, shout out to Neil Dingra for getting me off the chair and in front of a camera and basically, getting through a 30-second vertical video clip. And now I sit here, we're doing a 20, 30-minute podcast. I can sit here and have a conversation on the camera. But that's taken 18 months. That journey has evolved and the topics come and the hooks get lined up. But you're so true. I cannot wait. I cannot wait for the next evolution of what's coming because I look forward to servicing not only my viewers on YouTube, if you're watching this on YouTube, but also for those of you listening via the podcast, to just continually provide the correct content constantly. And watching those analytics are going to help me learn what is appealing to you and then just continue to make that content and answer all those questions that come up. And we get a lot of questions, especially in real estate, from the simple, I had a conversation over the weekend and a lot of it's not real estate driven, but it is wealth driven. Hey, Steve, I have real estate. How can I continue down this path? I don't want to pay a bunch of taxes. I don't want to do this. And this is what video has allowed us to open up those conversations with those people. And I think that's just made a huge difference, not only in my business, but also in my community. And I appreciate you being part of it.
Yeah, I just keep doing what you're doing. I'm looking forward to that journey. And I'm really happy to be here and just be part of this podcast today.
So for those of you watching, if you want to hit up Anthony, you can find him on social. Anthony, where can we find you?
At cbanthony_marketing on Instagram and cbanthony.com.
That's awesome. So CB Anthony has made a world of difference, not only in my personal business, my marketing, and just a confidence behind the camera to make sure that I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm super excited for this journey, and I'm excited that he's going to be part of it as we continue this evolution. So you can't go anywhere. Don't be leaving.
Yeah, no plans. Not yet, at least.
All right. So we look forward to this journey, and we appreciate you. Hey, if you have anything, questions, comments, anything of that nature, make sure you like and subscribe, and we look forward to seeing you on the next episode.
See you later.